Yo, what is up, peoples of the internet? It is Giving a Lube, and I'm back with another video. I know I haven't did one in a while, but now I'm back, and I am doing OGs versus Newbies. So, if that would be over with, let's get started. So I think this would be recreating the first challenge of Total Drama history, which would be jumping off a 6-foot cliff into water full of man-eating sharks. Okay, I'm gonna start with the newbies. So people I think personally not doing it on this team is Chase. And I also think Damien is not doing it. That is it. On this team, I think DJ, Sadie, and I also think Lindsay would not do it. Actually, I don't think Melly would do it on this team. And I think this team wins the first challenge. And personally, with him not being likable, I would say they would vote Chase out. So, next challenge would be try to stay awake. I personally think this team would win because of Scary Girl, Julia, and MK. And I think Axel would do good. I think these four would do good, and I personally think they are voting Gwen. Next challenge is dodgeball. I personally think this team is winning because they have Cody, Harold, and Owen, and Duncan, and Eva on the same team. And I personally think the person being voted is probably Emma. Okay, fourth challenge is a talent show, and I think this team is winning, and I think they are voting Sadie. Next challenge is they have to camp out for the night, and they have to make it back to camp with all of their teammates. And I personally think with this team still having Izzy and Owen, I think they are losing. And I see them voting Owen. Next challenge, I think it's Phobia Factor. The Phobia Factor challenge, and I think this team is winning. And I personally think they are voting Millie. No, wait. I think they would vote Millie. Next challenge, I would think they would vote. Okay, so this is the same episode where Izzy got out, but they're not gonna do that again. But I personally think this team is winning, and I think they are. And I think they are going to vote. Probably, I personally think they would vote probably Duncan. In my opinion, I think with him making it far in other seasons should be a big challenge to it. Okay, next episode is Paintball, and I think this team is losing with them voting Tyler. Okay, next challenge, I feel that they're going to be, it is going to be a cooking challenge, and I feel this team winning. And I think the person voted out would be Scary Girl. I just don't see her making it far in this. Okay. Next challenge is who you can trust. And I feel this team losing. And I feel them voting off Ripper. Okay, so and I personally believe the next challenge should be the boot camp episode, and I feel like this team is going to lose. And I feel like they're voting off Heather. In the next episode, it is you got to pick players to jet ski. You gotta pick players to ride bulls, go on jet skis, and yeah, I'm sorry, I just don't really remember the challenge. I just remembered that Harold got the boot, but I do remember this team isn't the best coordinated with like very physical challenges, so I think this team will lose. And I feel them voting off Wayne. And I think the challenge would be to get buckets to carry for your team with Chummins fish guts, I think, inside of the bucket, and then you had to pass the obstacle course to pass that bucket to the team, up. And I think the first team to do that would win, and I personally think since the Newbies already have did that, I think they would win. And I personally think they are voting Izzy. Okay, and I think it would be a pirate episode where they have to think of a strategy to knock their teams both down. And I think this team has got it. And I think they are voting Priya. Okay, I think the next challenge is they have to do an obstacle course. The first person to unlock the barrier with a number codes on it and release the water with the person in it wins. And I personally think this team would be less physical with this challenge, and I think they would vote Ezekiel. One more elimination to the merge. And the next elimination will be you have to get the score to the next team's base. And I think this team has got it. And I see them voting off Julia. So here is the final 16. Okay, so I think this challenge would be you have to do dares until somebody quits, and I personally think Eva is going to win this, and I think they are going to vote out Z. Okay, and then the next challenge is you have to find pirate booty, and in the episode Heather found a chest with a key inside of it, but instead of Heather finding it, I see Boy finding the invincibility pass, making him automatically safe, and I think they are going to vote. Sadly, are going to vote. Personally, I think they're gonna vote Eva. No, let me put Newbies with okay, 7 people each. It's the final 12. I mean, final 14. I think the next challenge would be to hide and seek, and I personally think MK is going to win that challenge, and I see them voting off DJ. I see somebody flipping like Courtney to that side to vote DJ. So I think this will be a double elimination. It will be a bike race, and the 2 people that don't make it will lose. And I personally think those people are gonna be Damien, and sadly I think Cody. I think Noah and MK would be good friends, getting Courtney, Bowie, and with the Bowie you have Raj. And I think they would be able to convince Kara to move to their side, and I also think Lindsay would also move there. So that means these 4 are probably in trouble. Okay, so I personally think they are going to vote Axel. I Yeah, I think next challenge will be a horror challenge, and the person to get more scared would be out, and I don't see Raj making it. Okay, next challenge is you gotta knock people off with dueling sticks, and whoever knocks people off will move to the whoever they knock off will lose, and they will move on to the next round. They lose, and the person that knocked them off will move to the next round, and the person who is left standing will win. And I personally think Harold is going to win this. And I see them voting probably Lindsay for being kind of dumb. So I think they okay, so in this challenge I think it is you gotta solve the mystery on who killed Chris. And I think Noah has got this challenge in the bag. And I see them voting Bowie. Okay, next challenge is you got to make your own costume, and I think Michelle is going to win that. And I'll show talk to Caleb to see who they want to vote. Michelle is good friends with Lashana, so I think these two will be an alliance. And I think they would be, and since Lashana could convince Harold, I think they would vote MK out. And now Caleb notices that this puts him at a disadvantage for the two. So now Caleb is mad at Michelle. But the next challenge is will be would be to play you know what, it's a gaming challenge where they have to play video games, and the person to win the most games would win. And I personally think Noah has got this challenge. And I personally think they would vote Harold. I think this would be a double elimination. With it would be who can complete the obstacle course the fastest. could be who can complete the obstacle course the fastest. And I think Michelle, Caleb, and Courtney have got this. And I think LaShawna is going to be out. And the double elimination will include Noah. And I personally think Michelle, I think it'll be the final three, and the winner would and the next challenge would be guess all the stuff about the show, like a quiz challenge, and I think Courtney would win, and I think she would take Caleb to the final two. So I think Courtney and Caleb would be the final two. In my personal opinion, I would say Caleb would lose and Courtney would win. But let me show your opinions in the chat, and make sure to like and subscribe. Show more videos, and no offense, we out. Peace.